Christians, let's unite. I feel that the Christian church needs to become more relevant. We need to get with the times because Christians are leaving the church, and others who God wants a relationship with don't want to be Christian. We need to become more relevant. The Catholic Church says no contraception, no condoms. It's ridiculous because condoms are a great way to prevent unwanted childbirth and also to prevent AIDS and other STDs. So condoms and contraception are necessary. The Catholic Church has made a mistake, and we need to endorse and support those because they have an important part in society. And those who say no sex before marriage are living in some dream world. It's a commonly accepted practice that you meet someone, you like them, they're hot, you shag. So I feel as it's important for the church to be more embracive of this, to embrace it more, because it's the way people live in our society now. And if we were to have all these unnecessary rules, all it would do would either cause good Christians to feel guilt, or alternatively it would turn them away from the church. We need to become more inclusive. We need to have no more bullshit rules and just focus on what's important. I like the idea of keeping things simple. I feel Jesus did it pretty well when he said, love thy neighbour as thyself. I'll say it again. I feel that Jesus said it pretty well when he said, love thy neighbour as thyself. We need to treat other members of society as we would want them to treat us. It also means don't treat others in a way you wouldn't want them to treat you. I like the idea of the parable of the Good Samaritan, about how the Samaritans and the Jews were at war, yet there was a Jew who was bashed and beaten and robbed and left for dead, and yet a Samaritan chose to take him in, fix up his wounds, and give him some money and a place to rest before sending him on his way. So I feel as though that's a great parable, a great part of the Bible, and I feel that how we treat our enemies is a important reflection upon our place about our evolution in society. And so I don't support torture, and obviously I feel as though we can gain everything and more from hypnotic interrogation, but I still feel that torture isn't necessary, and it's important to treat our enemies well. What else? I feel that we also have to take a good look at ourselves and think about, hey, what do Christians stand for? What are the key Christian values, and how can we make it easier for others to adopt our crucial values? To me, as I said before, keep it simple. Love your neighbour as yourself. don't do things to others that you wouldn't want them to do to you. I mean, obviously, I suppose in defence, it also is important to be tough on your enemies. Because I suppose it can act as a deterrent. But I'm saying there also has to be some form of line you draw with regard to human rights. I'm saying, obviously, don't be a pushover, and obviously if a person does the wrong thing, they should be very much accountable for their actions, and also accountable for the consequences of their actions. I suppose I feel that defence is a exception, but I do feel that on the whole, for a regular citizen, there's I feel that our society is a bit dysfunctional, and many things which happen which aren't important are considered important, and and citizens may react in a bad way to whatever, and I feel that in a way the reaction is more a reflection of them as opposed to the event which happened to them. So I feel as though it's important for us Christians to unite. We need to have a good hard look at our values, and we need to work to be good people. I suppose how we are judged by God after death is a reflection upon what we do. That is, as one's character is the sum total of their life decisions. So I suppose what we do in each moment, in the present, we will be judged upon when we're dead, and it's important to say, hey, right now I'm facing a challenge. If I could handle this the best way, what would it be? Let's do it now, as opposed to being complacent or lazy or apathetic or whatever. It's important for us to say, hey, I want to please God. I am accountable for my actions. I have moral principles which I live by, and I'm willing to do what's right. So all these things are important, and I feel that we need to think about what we stand for and work harder in what we do each day, because many Christians go to church as a way to judge others, and very, very quick to judge others. But I'm saying it again, many Christians are very quick to judge others, but when it comes to doing good, they are apathetic. So it's important to focus mostly upon what we can do and less about judging others, especially when there is limited information. So God knows all. He has complete knowledge, and He's the main person we're judging, and what counts more is having God use us as a vehicle to do good work, so as opposed to doing good, as opposed to bringing others down. I also am very fond of the film When Harry Met Sally, a great film about how you see the lovely old couple sitting back and commenting on when they first met and fell in love, and the beauty of their fond memories. So maybe we can even have an ad for the Christian church, which is all about couples falling in love. So you have young couples my age or whatever, 20s, 30s, whatever, and have them, I suppose, talking when they first fell in love, and having a parallel between falling in love with also falling in love with God. So you have these very hot women who are brainy and who are saying that when they first fell in love with God, as a way to perhaps rebrand the Christian faith, because many people in society who aren't Christians aren't aware of how beautiful a relationship is with God. So we have to try to focus more on the relationship with God and less about all these unnecessary rules, or about other things like using the Bible to judge others or to discriminate or other things. So I feel as though being Christian is all about doing good, and if there was this sort of ad campaign, it may be a way to persuade good people who live by good values to say, hey, this Christian church, I like the people, I want to join too, as a way of bringing those from who aren't Christians to becoming Christian because they're attracted to Christians, as opposed to using the negative emotions of fear of if they don't become Christians they go to hell. So I feel as though negative emotions is what the devil uses, and Christians should be using the love, the positive emotions. Let's embrace being Christian. Let's enjoy the feeling, the relationship, I suppose, the closeness of being with God and working to fulfill His will. Being a Christian is beautiful. We need more citizens in society to embrace God. I feel that God wants a personal relationship with each and every one of us. Groovy.